on my young, there's some savages running your trap at you up for them packages. Rob you for bricks, finesse you for pounds. Fuck all that talking, they laying you down. Gotta teach niggas about playing around. Cartel connected, you better respect it. Fuck up the papers and you to your maker, they laying you sick.
What's up, guys? Mr. Octagonal here from Octagonal Sports / React. Sorry I've not uploaded in a few weeks. I've just been pretty busy. But I am considering rebranding, getting a new name. I'm only considering it. I'm not saying I'm officially going to do it. I kind of want it to be somewhat related to the NFL and NBA draft. Because that's pretty much going to be all the content until June. And then I'll have to find something to do in the summer. And then, yeah. So, what we have here is the top 7 quarterbacks in the NFL draft. I'm going to do this with a number of other positions too. But I'm starting with quarterback because it's quarterback. So, without further ado, number 7, I have Baker Mayfield. Now, you're probably thinking, why am I putting Baker Mayfield so low? Personally, I think Baker Mayfield's a bust. I think he's either going to be a bust or a really good player, and I think he's just going to be a bust. He had a great year for Oklahoma where he won the Heisman. He's small, which I'm not huge on, but Russell Wilson and Drew Brees are both under 6 foot. And they've both succeeded in the NFL, clearly, but he's undersized. He's not the most mobile, and meanwhile, Russell Wilson is extremely mobile. He's not like Tom Brady mobile, but at the same time, he's not like Russell Wilson mobile. He has an arm, but what I'm mainly concerned about is some of his antics, like he got arrested about a year ago in February, and then the whole situation against the Kansas with the pointing out the thing that I'm not going to say. So I think he kind of has that Johnny Manziel vibe. He played against Big 12 defenses as well, and Big 12 defenses are not good at all. But then again, he did do really well against Georgia, so I do want to give him that. He did play really well against Georgia. He's a winner. He's talented, but I just don't think he's going to be a good NFL player. I think he's going to be not really the next Johnny Manziel. I don't think he's going to be that bad, but, certainly not great. I'm also going to say where I expect every player to go. I didn't say it with Baker Mayfield, but I expect him to go round 1. Right now, if I had to guess, probably number 5 to the Broncos, but I very well could be wrong. Personally, I don't think he's number 5 talented. But number 6, we have Luke Falk from the Washington State Huskies. Falk is certainly somewhat raw. He's not anything like Baker Mayfield when it comes with boom or bust. He has a high floor, but he has a low ceiling. And I think he can be very good depth, which is why I have him ahead of Mayfield. I don't think Mayfield will really be that good of depth. I don't think Mayfield will be in the NFL too long. Obviously longer than Johnny Manziel, but I don't think he's going to be great depth either. Luke Falk, I expect to be a good backup quarterback, maybe not a great backup quarterback. Above average arm, very accurate, but isn't the greatest on-field decision maker. He very well could have returned or gone to the draft last year, but he didn't. And he had a good year in Mike Leach's offense. As I said, I don't think he's going to be a great player. I don't think he's ever going to be starting caliber, but he very well could be. I think he just needs to work on his on-field decision-making, and then I think he can be really good. Where I expect him to go, probably round 3, maybe round 2, maybe round 4, but round 3 will be my best guess. Number 5, we have Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen, I want to know a little more about him. I want to see him more. So, when I make this list again in a couple months, I very well could move his ranking. But Josh Allen, he had a very good Senior Bowl, in my opinion. Played really well, unlike Baker Mayfield. He's getting a lot of comparisons to Carson Wentz, which I see. Big arm. Did not play for a big school in Wyoming. So that sort of, you don't know as much about him, since he's not playing for a team like Oklahoma, or a team like any sort of big team, I guess, would be a good example. He had a decent but not great season. He didn't really impress me. He had a good bowl, though. He had a good Senior Bowl. He certainly has the athletic traits. And I think he has the potential to be a very good player. I expect him to sort of be like Baker Mayfield when it comes with boom or bust. Where do I expect him to go? Pretty much any time in round 1, from pick 1 to, I guess, the middle of a round, where, the Ravens are, sort of. And yeah, I think that's it for Josh Allen. Personally, it would benefit Josh Allen to not be a day one starter, unlike Carson Wentz was. But someone who very well could be a day one starter and is probably the best NFL ready quarterback is my number 4 guy, and that is Josh Rosen. A lot of people have him at number 1, but I'm not a huge Josh Rosen guy. I don't think he'll be bad. I think he can be a starting quarterback, sort of like an Alex Smith, like where he's not great, but he's still a good player. Maybe not quite as good as Alex Smith, but he's the best pocket passer in this draft. Certainly knows NFL ready. If he goes to a team like the Giants at number 2, I think that could be perfect for him. A very good very good head coach in Pat Shurmur. Look what he did with Case Keenum this year. He made Case Keenum from a scrub into a very good player. And I think Josh Rosen can have a really good year and a really good career under Pat Shurmur. So personally, for Josh Rosen, I think the best spot would be the New York Giants. He had a decent year this year. He's clutch. Obviously, that Texas A&M game where they were down 44-10-1. But I don't think Josh Rosen's a great leader, and I don't think he's super passionate. I don't know if he's the most hardworking. He's not super coachable, which I think is extremely important for a quarterback. That's the only reason why he's number 4. Sort of with Allen, I want to see more of him. He's not a senior, so he didn't play at the Senior Bowl, but I'm very curious to see his combine. I think he can certainly be a day one starter. As I said, best pocket passer in this draft, best pure passer. He had a pretty consistent season, but he did not play that well for UCLA. Like, UCLA didn't do that good. Number 3, we have Lamar Jackson. Now, the next 3 guys, except for maybe number 2 on this list, you're going to be mad that I have above Josh Rosen, but this is just my opinion. Tell me your opinion in the comments. But Lamar Jackson, a lot of people don't think he's going to be playing quarterback. He might play running back, receiver, defensive back, which he certainly has the athleticism to do so. He's by far the best athlete among the corners, or quarterbacks, not cornerbacks. He's going to have a crazy combine, sort of similar to Michael Vick. But he certainly has the arm. He certainly has the arm strength. He should show some more accuracy and more pocket passing skills. I think this past year he showed that he can do good in the pocket, and I think it would have benefited him to return to school, so where he could sort of improve on that even more. But he didn't return to school. He's going to the draft, which I don't think he should be a day one starter at all. Unlike Deshaun Watson. Well, Deshaun Watson wasn't a day one starter, but he came in the first game because Tom Savage was playing really bad. Which Lamar Jackson, the concern with him is if he's like too mobile, sort of like RG3. RG3 had a phenomenal rookie year, but in the playoffs, tore his knee, was never the same player. So hopefully he can be like a Russell Wilson where he's like mobile, but like a good enough passer. And I think he certainly has potential to do so. Rosen, I forgot to say where I expect Rosen to go. Certainly round 1, probably top 5. And then with Lamar Jackson, pretty much anytime from round 1 to maybe even round 3. If I were to guess, maybe late round 1, early round 2 would probably be my best guess for a former Heisman winner. Number 2, I have Sam Darnold from USC. He did not have a great year after he had a very good redshirt freshman year. Extremely inconsistent, a lot of turnovers, a lot of interceptions for Sam Darnold, which is certainly a concern. But he should not be starting day 1. If he goes to the Browns, he really should not start. Maybe starting Kaiser again would not be an awful idea. I know that sounds sort of dumb. But the Browns are going to be better next year, especially if they can get a target for DeShone Kizer or some blocking. Maybe Quentin Nelson with that 4th pick as an example of a guard from Notre Dame who I really like. But Sam Darnold, he has the intangibles to be a good quarterback. But his decision-making, his confidence is certainly something he needs to improve, which is why he should not be a day 1 starter, as we saw with DeShone Kizer. He should not have started day 1. He struggled the whole year, and he's probably going to have low confidence, and he's going to be a bust. If he didn't start day 1, then maybe he'd be good. It's that simple. The Browns are why he sucked. So, Darnold, the reason why I have him above Rosen, even though Rosen probably had the better season, is that I think Darnold has a better ceiling than Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen, as I said, isn't the most coachable. I haven't heard any character issues about Darnold, and I think he can be a very special player. Number 1, this will definitely surprise you, but I have, please don't click off the video, but I have Mason Rudolph from Oklahoma State. Honestly, the top 4 guys is really close, so it's sort of hard to really pick a number 1, but I'm going with Rudolph. Darnold, I forgot to say where he should be going. I expect him to be a top 5, top 10 pick, which is not where I expect Mason Rudolph to go. But Rudolph, I really like him a lot. He's a big guy, 6'5", 235, which, unlike Baker Mayfield, he certainly has the size. He played in that air raid offense that Mike Gundy has, sort of like another former Big 12 quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, who got drafted last year by the Chiefs, another player who I really like and who I think will become a star for the Kansas City Chiefs. But Rudolph this year threw for almost 5,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, 9 picks, and 65%. But that is against Big 12 defenses, but I think he certainly has a lot of potential. He has accuracy and field position needs to not super athletic, which is certainly a little concerning. But I think accuracy and field vision is something he can certainly improve on. And I think he, all in all, has a lot of potential. He really impressed me at Oklahoma State, and I really want to see how he does at the Combine and stuff. And then he very well may not be my number one quarterback when it's all said and done. Just right now, he's my number one guy. So where do I expect him going? Pretty much any time from like the late part of the first round to the late part of the third round. He's pretty much going to go anytime. Probably day 2, I would guess. So I think whoever will get him is getting a great quarterback, but they can't start him right away. So that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't dislike the video because you disagree, because there's definitely a lot of agreements. Tell me a potential new name I can have, and like the video because I want you to like it.